Shrek 5 is officially confirmed, but I need to talk to you about this because there might be things we won't like. But first, turn up your volume because another Cine Lovers is starting. Well, Shrek 5 already has a confirmed screenwriter, and several reputable news outlets have reported that Shrek 5 is coming. The people in charge at DreamWorks, the ones who says this movie I'm going to make, this one will have to wait a bit, have already given a spoiler that Shrek 5 is happening. But there are some caveats that I'm going to talk about. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish premiered with a bang, and at the very end, in the last scene, Puss, Kitty, and Perito are sailing, and Puss in Boots says he's going to see old friends and live new adventures.
Off to find new adventures and to see some old friends.
And then Shrek's music starts playing, and Far, Far Away appears. Man, honestly, I got goosebumps when I saw this in the theater, not to mention the jump I took. There was even a little scream. This scene is too epic, and this scene clearly showed the fans, us, that Shrek 5 is coming. Another thing that was clear that the 5th Shrek movie was going to happen is the box office. What's happening with Disney and Pixar? They're having several box office failures and needing money, so a smart solution was to announce sequels to big studio franchises: Zootopia 2, Inside Out 2, Moana 2, Frozen 3, and Toy Story 5. So DreamWorks is already ahead. Before they need to recover from any losses, they've already released Kung Fu Panda 4, and the next one will be Shrek 5. And adding up the 4 Shrek movies, they come close to $3 billion. If you add these with the 2 Puss in Boots movies, the franchise exceeds $4 billion. It's making money, so they're going to continue. But here's the thing, the concern. DreamWorks is considering making Shrek 5 a reinvention, a reboot. For God's sake, don't make a Shrek reboot. If this happens, they will kind of take the first movie, or even a mix of the 4 movies, and make a new one, but the story will be practically the same, just with better animation and graphics, and very little would change in the story. If they're going to release a Shrek 5, do it right. We want a sequel to Shrek 4 and not a reboot. Who agrees? Comment and leave a like. There's another issue for us to discuss here. Hold on. The villain of the movie should be someone very powerful, someone stronger, and who bothers Shrek even more than the previous ones. Since it's a fairy tale story, where wooden puppets come to life, animals talk, and a fairy godmother is evil, anything can happen, including all the villains coming back for this movie. The fairy godmother, Prince Charming, Rumpelstiltskin, and Lord Farquaad. Even though some of them have already died, they can come back. Remember, it's fairy tales, magic exists. What should also happen is showing Shrek's past. What happened to him before Shrek 1? Who his parents were? Does he have a brother or sister? How did he get to that swamp? What is Shrek's real name? Along with this, the movie can also show the present. Puss in Boots 2 ends with him arriving in Far, Far Away, along with Kitty and Perito, so they should meet Shrek, Donkey, and Fiona. Puss says he's going to see old friends, meaning the movie will take place in the current time for a good part, but since anything can happen, Shrek might be sent to the past to resolve something from there that he didn't settle, as if it were his mission in this movie, and then his parents appear in that past. Something everyone expects is that Shrek 5 has the essence of the other movies, that the story doesn't get lost, and that it is original, nothing of a reboot. And one thing that makes Shrek movies even more amazing are the parodies and satires they do with fairy tales, which is practically a jab at Disney, right? And connecting this with Disney, let's remember that some characters that became very famous in Disney movies are now in the public domain, no longer copyrighted, like Winnie the Pooh, so much so that a horror movie with the terrifying Pooh came out, which is obviously not from Disney. So, DreamWorks can put Winnie the Pooh in Shrek 5, making him the villain of the movie, or give him another role in the film. And DreamWorks likes Pooh, who remembers his and Piglet's appearance in the movie. Exactly! Leave your comments below about what you expect from Shrek 5, which characters you want to see appear. Let us know. Look, one detail that made me very happy was the timing of the film's release. What do you mean? Is there already a release date? Well, let's go! Shrek 1 was released in 2001.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
and 3 years later, in 2004, the second one came out. 3 years after that, in 2007, the third movie was released, and 3 years later, in 2010, the fourth Shrek movie hit theaters. Literally, every 3 years, a new Shrek movie was coming out. Now, it's been 14 years since the last one. 14! Shrek 5 is not coming out this year, so we can calculate a 15 or 16-year gap. And why is that cool? Because DreamWorks has had and still has a lot of time to think carefully, to analyze everything properly without rushing, and then release an amazing Shrek 5. Man, that's going to be incredible. Even releasing one every 3 years, the story and animation were already good. Imagine now, more than 14 years later, and all this wait increases our hype. It's going to be Shrek's return after more than 14 years. Surely this release will have a lot of weight. That's exactly what happened with Puss in Boots, with an 11-year gap between the two films. And think about a high-quality movie. That was Puss in Boots 2. And this delay also generated enormous hype. So for me, Shrek 5 should be released by 2026. It could be before or after that date. We're in anticipation, but let's let the team work calmly to deliver a high-quality animation as Shrek deserves. Oh, according to the renowned and famous news portal The Hollywood Reporter, the screenwriter will be Michael McCullers, the same guy who wrote The Boss Baby. We are counting on you, Michael. Regarding the film story, many people think it would be cool to show Donkey and Shrek's children as adults or teenagers. That would be nice, but on the other hand, it wouldn't be as great, because if that happens, the focus might shift from Shrek to the kids. And since this is the fifth film, people are more interested in seeing a story focused on Shrek, right? Remember the issue I mentioned? So, there are rumors saying that maybe Fiona won't be in the movie. This is because the actress Cameron Diaz, who voices Fiona, decided to take a break from her career to enjoy some family time. With that, a few things could happen. Either DreamWorks removes Fiona and Shrek 5 will be a movie without Princess Fiona, or DreamWorks keeps Fiona in the film and replaces the original voice actress. I think they will replace her. Fans would be very upset if Fiona wasn't there, and so would I. Fiona has to be in Shrek 5. Who agrees? Right, #Fiona. Now is the time for you to click on one of these videos and keep exploring the world of cinema. I'm sure you'll love these videos. Thank you so much for staying with me until now, and we'll see you in the next Cine Lovers.